Well, since the last time we met, I officially survived my first grief gauntlet. I thought the holidays were rough, but the fact that Valentine's Day, our anniversary, and the day she passed away all fall within 4 weeks of each other just isn't fair. The anxiety started hitting me about a week before when I couldn't find anyone to go to a musical with me, so I took an empty seat. Not much of a conversationalist. I saw a movie on Valentine's Day. It wasn't as bad as sitting at home alone, but being in a theater full of couples enjoying a night of romance didn't exactly improve my mood. As our anniversary approached, I began to feel like an emotional volcano just waiting to explode. Yep, our first date was a week and a half after Valentine's Day. Apparently, the universe decided to punk me by putting all my significant days like right next to each other. I always went all out for our anniversary. Even saw my first Shakespeare play on one of them. I found A Midsummer Night's Dream playing in Lakewood and a seafood restaurant nearby. She enjoyed the play because she loved Dead Poet Society, and that was the play that the characters put on. I kind of zoned out during the performance, but the seafood restaurant I found made the night perfect. It had a breathtaking view of Lake Erie with the Cleveland skyline in the background. So, you've heard of Pier W. Yeah, best anniversary dinner ever. Even ended up being a place I randomly found. Every once in a while, the universe is nice to me. Thinking about those special days makes me miss her even more. I went to a dance class that night on the night of our anniversary, and afterwards the instructor danced with me to our song. I closed my eyes. I could almost feel her presence. I had a much needed cry on the way home. I did get lucky. My emotional release wasn't anything public. It was just a drive home where I could sit and be sad as I wanted to be. As for the 1 year anniversary of her passing, I wasn't quite sure what to do. How do you commemorate the worst day of your life? I took the day off of work, figured it wasn't a good idea to be around teenagers when I'm that emotionally raw. Started the day donating her chemo wigs and hats to a hospice. I painted a ceramic heart with a rose on it, and then tried to go to a movie. That did not go well. I bought a ticket in advance to have a guaranteed seat, but when I got there, a guy was already in my seat, and the only other available seats were in the front row. When I told him he was in my seat, he got defensive and said, "What difference does it make?" I replied it made a lot of a difference because that's the seat I paid for. I must have said it a tiny bit too aggressively because an usher swooped in and moved him to another seat before things escalated. Yep, I did make the right decision taking the day off. Wouldn't have been good if I would have went off on a student for doing something stupid just because I was having a bad day. After the movie, I decided to give karaoke one last try. I had my water and was waiting to sing our song when one of the guys from the front table came up to me and told me how much he enjoyed the songs that I did each week. He even invited me over to the table and introduced me to the group. Turns out it wasn't a clique, it was more of a support group. Someone was dealing with a divorce, others were dealing with job problems. One had was a traditional widower who was using alcohol to cope with the loss, and another was there because her family disowned her when she came out of the closet. Tell you one thing, I would never have met someone like that in the conservative Catholic bubble that my wife and I lived in. After I sang our song, I told the group the significance of the day, and they all gave me a hug. When you have a lifetime supply of hugs, you tend to take them for granted, but that was the first time in over a year someone had hugged me. I didn't realize how touch-starved I was until that night. I went through a month-long roller coaster ride of emotions, but I came out the other side in a better place emotionally.